really funny. It's just at the right time, once all this on, at the right time you can, and this is really good for XP farm, unless a creeper's nearby, because that is a big problem if there's a creeper. But don't worry, I can solve that. So yeah. Okay, our next secure wall that I'm gonna build is gonna be meant for creepers. Is meant for creepers. Yeah, this one is meant for creepers. So, and for zombies. Okay, now we get water. And next, now, to build this one, you need to go, oh yeah, I forgot for this one. It's kind of hard, but yeah, I'm not going to be up to, well, it's just, so for this one, it's for creepers only. If you have a creeper emergency, like 109 creepers, the best choice is to light them. But in this situation, that's one of your choices, is to light them. So this next wall is indestructible by creepers. And I'm pretty sure is indestructible by creepers. Because you would be putting, so first you have to put a obsidian platform like this to make sure there is no sign of danger. And then you just do this. And make sure no mobs are on it, because any bad enemies. If you want, you can share this with your friends, but that's such a, well, since I do not have any friends, no, I can't do that. So then you place cobwebs, and then hopefully, if you're lucky enough, if you do not know, if you're on Bedrock Edition, you can waterlog cobwebs. So with this trick, you can end up making this indestructible base. And to make sure this indestructible wall, and to make this indestructible cobweb wall, and that's not all for the wall. Then once you have done this, you have to make sure that there's definitely a sign. Also, if there's no sign, that's okay, because I have a different solution if you don't have a sign. If you don't have a sign, you can do this. If you don't have a sign, if you don't want to use it if you want, and you have to make sure you have Frostwalker. And with leather boots. Then you basically do this. So once the creepers explode near here, they will be gone. And also, if this happens, that's actually part of the security. Then you get a stair, and then you place it like in a pattern, like this. Oops, I forgot to remove Frostwalker. Then you make sure they're waterlogged, and that's a really good part. And if it's waterlogged, that means it's gonna work. And then you make sure that the rest of it is waterlogged as well, because this wall is really defensive. And then you basically drop it and put it the other way around, like upside down, but it's hard for me to do it, so I'm pretty much sure. And now basically once you repeat this many times upside down, not like that, upside down, and then you're done. Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but I'll just say I do not want to test it, so I'm kind of getting tired just testing this. Okay, our next one might be a little bit useful. Hopefully. If you have Frostwalker 1, I would just say, if you actually... So our next one is going to be a little bit harder and expensive. It's gonna be expensive this time. So for this one, you need... Also, if you have been wondering what are these eggs or, I can show you what they do. They basically spawn this. Different types of chickens. Blue egg spawns winter chickens. So yeah, that's what they're meant to be doing. I just say the winter chickens are cool. So this next one is gonna be a little bit better than the last one. But it's gonna involve fireworks. So you must, if you have like a bunch of fireworks that is really that can do so much damage, this is your chance to use them. And also if you do want to, it's actually expensive. So yeah, so you get as many fireworks you possibly have. Like this much. And then you get then you get dispensers, and remove all, and you do not need the blue eggs I just got. And then you had to have a pressure plate. And then obviously the next one you're doing is then you make sure you have a really strong block on top. That's like obsidian. And then still not done. You make sure you have these dispensers facing like this. And also they did update to dispensers. Now you can put so much stuff inside them. They did update and it's really good. And also expensive for traps. So then you place dispensers before you put the pressure plates. You make sure you have fireworks inside them. As many fireworks. Like about this much. I think I'm gonna be needing loads of them. Cyan. Yes. What? Why is there no cyan fireworks? Firework rocket. Okay, I think they changed the name, but they're meant to be named fireworks, but now they're just being named. Okay, this is a lot of fireworks. Gonna be needing a lot of this. Still not enough. Then you put all the fireworks inside the dispensers, as all of them. And if you did not know, fireworks can do damage, and it's actually hard to explain how they can do damage. Make sure all of this is fireworks, actually I think I was wrong. You're not meant to do this. I think you're meant to oh my goodness. You're meant to do this. Yeah, I'm sorry for the mistake. You're meant to do this. Oh, sorry for the mistake. You're meant to do this instead. I'm not that sure we're going to be having enough for all of these. Also, the sun is setting in my world, and that's not good. So the trap is not being finished. Okay, let's spam fireworks. I need about 100. I need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes, once you've done that, you make sure you're crouching like this. And then put an indestructible block. Like this. And make sure there's no windows in there, because if the creeper sees you, it's going to destroy the block. It could destroy underneath the block and then ruin the entire trap. Make sure it's a really strong block. A really strong block. And then, once you have done this... Oops, I think I need to turn to night. Still not ready. You have to make sure, once you've done this, you have to make sure you have really strong armor. So once you go through this, the fireworks will set off. And you need to make sure there's at least a door nearby. At least a small entrance. And you have to make sure the entrance is like really short, so the zombies don't come. And then get a hanging sign, since zombies have been known not to go through entities, like a hanging sign. And then once you've done that, you obviously summon... Okay, this time I'm not going to turn it to night. If you want, you can summon husks, another type of dangerous mob that does not like you at all. Okay. And to make sure the door works, I'm going to be testing it by me. Okay. You make sure you have some strong armor, and you need to make sure no babies come. And you need to make sure there's no baby zombie allowed. Because if there's a baby, that could mean that's a bad sign. If there's a baby zombie, make sure there is not a baby zombie. So once the zombies... Okay, these guys are not even having some boogie dancing. Yeah, okay. They do it different. Okay, this is actually too much. And if you want, you can set... If you want, you can set a bed. If you want, you can set a bed for spawn point. If you want, you can set a bed for your spawn point. So once you once the fireworks set off, this would happen. And next, you would get all your items back. And instantly dying. And hopefully you have some really strong armor, like a pro would do. Why are they not falling? That's so weird. They're not even falling for the trap. Fall for it. Come on. It's not having the fun. Okay, do I have enough? Oh, yes, I do have enough. See. And if you want, build an outpost just in case if you do take a lot of damage. And if you're in hardcore, definitely make a tower. Okay, I'm gonna make sure this tower has 3 supplies. Okay, that actually says. When are these games gonna go? Okay, and then if you want, you can build like a small base, like what I'm just building. Nice. Then you just lure all the zombies in, or husks. If you just spawn. And if you want, you can go back in creative mode and summon about 109 of them. Just about 100. And also, if they come true, just to warn you, be careful using the fireworks. And also summon a lot of them, not to mention. Summon 100 of them. Like 1,000 or 100. Like 100,000. And then you basically just pause the game. Then you go back into survival and just see what happens. And you just lure them all in. by any different way. And if you want, you can spawn a golem to help you, but that's not having fun. And if this happens, that means ooh, that's close. Here is about why is it not working? Also, if it does not work, that could just mean that the security system does not work. And if you want, you can do this. And if the security system does not work, you can just trigger one for yourself. If you want, you can just trigger one for yourself. You can just trigger one for yourself. Make sure there's about and if you want, you can add something. Also, if you want, you can use yourself as distraction to make sure all the zombies come after you. Instead, so once you have done that distraction, I'm pretty much sure, do not summon 100 just in case. And then you just lure them back in by this. And if you're on really low health, I would just agree, do not go down. Just do not summon more, but not too much. Or this will happen. I'm pretty sure they're not getting... What is going on? Okay, I wasn't there. Oh. And if you can't get rid of all of them, I got a way to get rid of them all. If you can't get rid of all of them, you can do this. You can just do this instead. Just getting rid of all of them. This will help a bit, but not as much as the fireworks. And if you want to get rid of all of them, you can do something like... Wait, I think I got an idea. What you can do. If you want, if you have to, this is simple to get rid of all of them, and it's really hard as well. If you do have a lot, do not have a lot of health, and if you're actually panicking, you should definitely use this. Oh no, I did not notice. At least, wait, if you did not know, if you lose all your items, that's okay, because if you set your spawn point right, all the items would not have been gone. And yeah, some of the fireworks even might get all of them. And I know how to waste your fireworks is basically just throwing them away. Or just normal entity cramming. I'm going to very normal entity cramming. And if you want, you can just entity cram them in a corner like this. And then once you have done that, you can just explode. And that's all for the walls. So bye bye. And don't forget to put down a comment so I can, what should I build next? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below. And I would really want you to put some comments down to what should I, so you can like, I should build something, like something.